Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing. Big show coming away tonight. I tell you what, catch of the week, so diverse, boys. Yep. From king prawns to barrel tuna, it's unbelievable. We're going to talk about things to do on the school holidays, as it is school holidays right now. Some cracking fish went into a suburban lake today. I was down there with the local MP. We're going to show you that as well. Product of the week, mailbag, hotspots, plenty more. Ads. Bit of hot and cold weather. Yeah, it's all over the place at the moment, but
it's literally hot and cold.
It does. The fishing is so good.
It is, and we keep finding new things pop up that we've been expecting. We had the kingfish bite. Now we're onto a tuna bite. There's swordfish reports.
Yeah.
Everything is rolling in just beautifully to Easter, I think.
Yeah. Flathead in the bay everywhere over our side.
How's it been up your way?
Yeah, really good. Oh, freshwater's been excellent.
Yeah,
it's been going really well. You know, the goulburn, the mull whaler.
Some cracking fish coming out of Mulwala.
Yeah, there is some really nice fish.
That surface fishing.
I saw Dave Wright was up there during the week. And
they seem to have a combine mull whaler every week.
Oh, they do.
And rightly so. It shows you how good the fishery is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's sensational all round. And you talk about Murray cod. I don't know whether you saw on social media, I think on the Victorian Fisheries Authority site, young Will, who works at Snobs Creek, hooked that monster meat of Murray cod off the wall at Lake Eildon.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Are they seriously in there?
They are.
They are big fish.
And because they've been returned, it's just there is a lot in there.
Yeah,
there's a
love that wall.
A lot of big cod
just hiding in the wall.
This time of year, I'm telling you now, this time of year coming up to now for the next couple of months when the air cools and the water cools and those fish will start feeding, it's going to be really, really good.
There you go. Folks, let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
I'll tell you what, there is an absolute smorgasbord around at the moment, like I said earlier on, and Ben Gutu had a smorgasbord of his own. Elephants, gummies and squid in Coronella.
Fisherman's basket.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think the elephants have been a little bit low profile this year? I mean, we're already into April.
Yeah, they're normally a February sort of thing.
And elephants, you also see them over in Barwon at times.
We do, that's right. But when there's other stuff to catch and eat, why would you catch an elephant fish?
Yeah, I know, but people do catch them as a bycatch or whatever.
And they're a great land-based option we find as well in Western Port. You can easily
but not a lot of
them
photos coming through on them. So anyway. I think they're beautiful.
They're beautiful
in their own little way.
They're like those cats with no hair on.
Leave it up to you guys.
Beautifully ugly.
Yeah, they are, have a look at this. Young Miles Bentley Leary got a leather jacket in San Remo in superb conditions.
What a beast of a leather jacket.
That's a lovely leather jacket. I'm not sure whether Miles knocked it on the head and took it home, because I tell you, it's a lovely eating fish.
Yeah.
Or he might have just let it swim.
I can't remember the last time I had a leather jacket, do you?
Oh, yeah. When they were plagued in Port Phillip Bay last year.
Yeah, they
couldn't catch a whiting for leather. Yeah, they were, but you get some big ones at times. So have a look at this. Mornington Pier on fire, the pinky snapper. It is a great time of year for snapper.
Yeah.
Portia Johnson. A lovely little pinky off the Mornington Pier. Well done, Portia.
And the pinky thing off the pier's been a thing for the last month, realistically. It's good.
Yeah. Now have a look at Richard. Richard got some lovely salmon off Altona.
Oh, just a few.
It's either blowing 40 knots or he put his finger in a PowerPoint. Not sure.
Gotta get Richie.
Oh, there's blowing.
There's some good sambos there. Look at those ones at the front.
Oh, yeah. There is some great schools of salmon around
Richard
at the moment.
Miller.
It does look like Richard Sumner Miller, brother of
Well, he didn't give his last name, Richard, so I just.
No, he didn't give his last name. What was the Professor Sumner Miller?
Yeah, he had the hair, didn't he? Like Richard.
He did. He liked Richard.
What are you talking about?
Something in the 70s, mate. before you were born. Now, I tell you what, this is an untapped fishery, boys. Albert Park Lake.
Oh, yes.
Which the Victorian Fisheries Authority have been...
Don't tell me it's a flathead.
No, they've been stocking for decades.
Oh, no, it's wrong.
Now, Todd, who's not a bad fisho, according to his email, took his girlfriend Gemma.
Who's a better fisho?
Well, she is now, but have a look at the photos. These are the golden perch. So
that's a
there's Todd's. That is Todd's golden perch out of Albert Park Lake.
That's a
They're in. I know they're in there.
Oh, they're in there.
They're in there.
And he's taken Gemma out for a second time only fishing. And have a look at Gemma's fish.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Look at that.
Now, I accidentally didn't put the third fish up, but Gemma's other fish was a 47 centimetre estuary perch.
How long
it was
has the
taken
perch
at
been
9.
there?
I thought it was a bit dark for the show, but
How long have the perch been in there?
I don't know.
Because I thought they stocked them fairly recently. If they've already hit 47 centimetres, that's the most
for a while.
epic growth
They're
rate.
big fish.
That's right, yeah.
I probably should have put that other photo up.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And those fisheries did
That's
a little
Albert
sort of
Park,
sneaky.
a couple of minutes from
I
the
know.
Melbourne CBD.
Yeah.
Where else does that happen in the world?
How big are those yellows?
I know. All right, let's head up to Lake Marwalla. We were talking about earlier on. Curtis Campbell got a lovely Murray cod on his first ever trip.
Nice.
Well done, Curtis. How good is
Spinnerbait
that?
little things.
Yeah, that's a beautiful fish.
Isn't it?
Aren't they just one of the best looking fish going around?
Freshwater
I think
fish are definitely better looking than saltwater fish.
Yeah. Yeah, no, much better than a flathead. Have a look at this, though. Let's go salt water again, because off Port Welshpool, the elephants have turned up there as well, and Nathan Costin
Not as pretty as that.
got a lovely
Charlie,
mob. That is a
elephant
beautiful fish, Charlie. Have a look at that. You wouldn't get
It's
that in
pretty
the
big. Pretty big for an
Goulburn River.
Sorry, no, that's a
Hey?
good fish.
Wouldn't get a
they
snoz
look
on
like a
like,
fish.
you wouldn't get a snoz on a fish like that. I had a Shepparton.
Yeah, if I caught that in the Murray, I'd cut it off and let it go again. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the extreme other end of the scale at Lake's entrance.
This
Now,
has been something that's sneaking under the radar.
Yeah, there's only about 5 nights of the month, I reckon, that you can do this.
Yep.
And the word is that these things will still be running in May.
Ooh.
The word is, that's from Frank Melito down at the Caltex.
And he
in,
knows.
He knows his
He
stuff.
knows.
Have a look at this. Our what would you call this? Our managing director.
Well,
She
Liz,
runs
our boss-
everything.
our boss, she
is
tells
our-
us what to do.
Liz is the boss at
And
work, I
rightly
can
so.
tell you. Well, she pays the bills anyway.
Yeah.
Liz
What?
went down there with
yeah.
Rob, and I was going to say her husband, Rob, but he won't marry her, so he needs to work on that. Rob. But Liz got Eastern King prawns Friday night at Lake's entrance, out in the lake proper, near the entrance. Now, you can't quite see the ruler there, but they're 19 centimetre fish, I think. 19 centimetre prawns, sorry. They are decent prawns. And I'm telling
Good on
you,
you, Liz.
the other side of the sink's full like that as well.
how good is that?
So
It's good to see a picture of prawns up there. If it's the first picture, is it?
know.
Prawns?
Yeah,
You've had
yeah.
the show?
Oh, I think
For a
we've
while.
had we've had
well,
Liz on.
Liz goes up every year.
Yeah, we have an annual photo from Liz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Liz never likes
They've got it
herself
down-
in the photo, does she? Let's
We'll get you in a photo, Liz.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
husband-to-be has a few photos of her.
I think Rob might propose to Liz tonight
Oh.
after watching this.
Yeah.
Making the prawns on
Could be
TV.
a
So
prawn on
anyway,
there.
and let's go to the other extreme from the eastern side of Victoria all the way to the west. Portland is on fire. Barrel tuna. Tim Williams got his first ever barrel, 89 kilos. Now,
Nice.
you know the interesting thing about this is that 80 kilo mark was not really a popular.
No.
No, not a size that you'd see.
That's right.
Quite often they were 98 to
Yeah.
120.
That's what they were, either 20 kilos or they were 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the last couple of weeks that we've seen the barrel tuna turn up, there's been a few in the 80 kilos.
Yeah.
It's like a little younger year class that's coming through.
Saw Timmy in the shop today. Great effort. How's
it's-
this Portland fishery at the moment?
But, yeah,
Amazing.
So Tim got an 89 kilo, and you're just sort of saying, like, you know, he hasn't quite made the grade. Is that what you're saying?
No.
it's like
I'm just saying that there's.
class
What
fish
I'm,
is
what I'm
not
trying to say is that there's a.
It's not common.
There is a.
89.
No, it's a really good thing to see it. There's a younger year class coming through that's under that 90 kilo.
'Cause it's
100
what-
kilo.
if someone came in and said, I've got a 60 kilo bluefin from Portland, you wouldn't believe him.
No.
But if they came in and said, I've got 120, you're like, oh, how good's that?
You only
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
60 kilo bluefin off Bermagui or Tarpon.
Yeah, that's right.
So all these year classes are all over the place.
Yeah.
But to see an 80 round that 80
Yeah.
kilo mark means there is another year class that's entered that big cohort that comes through.
Yep.
And it's good to see. It's
awesome.
healthy
Cleared
for
that
the
up.
stock. So there you go. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
And coming up next, fisheries news, and I put some stonking yellow belly into a local lake today. You'll see that next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
And just before we get into fisheries news, it was Julius Sumder-Miller, we are told. All you people on social media and Twitter and all those things here. Julius Sumder-Miller.
That's right.
You,
It is so.
you said Bob or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I said Professor.
Oh, it was like,
You
yes,
said,
I don't even know
You
who
said,
he
what are
is.
you talking about? Something from the
Never heard of
70s. Julius Sumder-Miller was who we were talking about. Right, fisheries news, let's get on with it. Plenty of things to do on these school holidays, parents, mums, dads. One thing you can do is get down to the Marine and Freshwater Discovery Centre down at Queenscliff. It's run by the Victorian Fisheries Authority, and we've got a bit of a slide here. There's a whole lot of activities going on down there. They've got fishing days, they've got touch tanks, they've got tours of the place. You can see all the scientists. You can go and see Corey Green with his test tubes.
Oh, stop it.
Paul Hamer with his
his tank.
stethoscopes.
Dr. Corey
touch that
Green.
too.
Touch tanks. You can go
tanks.
in the tank and touch things that are in the tank. They do all sorts down there.
stonefish.
It runs from April 8th to April the 18th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. It's 2A Bellarine Highway in Queenscliff, suitable for all ages, including mums and dads. Get down there. It is a great place to go and do some things on the school holidays. Now, what's also coming up is the Vic Fish Kids program, which is run by the Victorian Fisheries Authority, and there's a whole lot of events that are penciled in for the rest of the year virtually. Got a little bit of info on the screen there. The first one kicks off at Williamstown at Gempia. Got some more info on that. In September, there's one at Pakenham Lake. October, Seymour, Goulburn Park. November, Lake Fynes. December, Victoria Park Lake in Shepparton, Trelly.
Correct.
And great events put on. Every event, there are 200 free rods and reels up for grabs during the day. So,
Nice.
Great thing to get along to. Now, just
I'll be policing that.
Charlie's on rod duty.
because what happens? What do
rod
some people
patrol.
do?
Oh, they register and they get in their car and they pull up and they go over and get the rod and reel and they get the car and burn off. Pisses me off. Don't do it.
Tell us what you really think, Charlie. Don't beat around the
Fish
bush,
with your
mate.
kids. Take
Now,
your kids fishing.
if you pencil this one in, folks, Sunday the 5th of May, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Gem Pier in Williamstown, for all you people who love the Richmond Football Club. Now,
It's a basher.
who's out? Dusty's out because he's gone.
Jack's gone.
Jack's gone.
Cochin's
Rance
gone.
is gone. Cochin's gone. And that day, it's all good. They're playing the Eagles, but Basher's going to take the game off, and he'll be down at Williamstown. Basher Hooley, in all seriousness, get down there. He is the Victorian Fisheries Authority's male ambassador,
loves
as
his
opposed to
fishing.
Chloe Malloy, who's the female ambassador.
right.
Loves his fishing. Now, get this: you can learn to cast. There's free tuitions. Bait will be provided. Clinics will go right all day. There is face painting. There is jumping castles. I've lost my place. Jumping castles, face painting, free photo booth. A whole lot of stuff going on down there at Williamstown. So May the 5th, get down to that Basher Hooley. Richmond will lose that day if you want to bet on sports bet. Because Basher ain't. He still plays for Richmond, doesn't he?
Yeah, playing very well, actually.
Okay. Well, the rest of the team are out. So. All right. Got to keep moving along. Here's something to smile about, folks. No, this is serious. We've stocked. This is the VFA. They've stocked 50 large brood stock trout and 200 ready-to-catch yearling rainbow trout into the Eildon Pondage for the school holidays. Have a look at some of the photos of the fish. Now, that's one of the browns. Why not take the kids fishing this week to make the most of it? Rainbow trout are also stocked at the family fishing waters. Marysville Lake got 450. Mount Beauty Pondage got 1,500. Karkarook is getting 2,000 this week. Yeah, but there's the rainbow trout on your screen, and the previous picture was the brown trout. Yeah. 50 of them. 50 of them into into Eildon Pondage this week.
Happy hook jaw.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Get down to Lake Eildon. The list of stocked family fishing lakes will increase substantially for the June and September school holidays when water temperatures are cooler and better suited.
Little tip.
Yeah.
When you're using your power baits and things to catch those fish, don't throw little pebbles on top of the water because it might entice them to eat. Because that's what the pebbles, do. Well, don't they like little pebbles?
They get the pellets.
They throw out the pellets and bits and pieces. So when you fish, you just get
these days, Trelly,
you can buy it.
These days, Trelly, it's automated. The pellets come out of a machine.
So I need like a shotgun effect.
You don't take your shotgun there. You get arrested at the Eildon Pond. Okay. All right, let's keep moving along. The headline is first ever fish stocking for New Lake at Hopetown. Hopetown's up on the way to Mildura.
Okay.
Yeah. New little town. Recreational anglers in Hopetown celebrated today, this was last week, as newly created Willow Lake was stocked for the first time with 20,000 golden perch. Victorian Fisheries Authority CEO Travis Dowling said creating new fisheries and stocking more native fish is a key commitment of the state government's $27 million Target 1 Million plan to get more people fishing more often and boost participation to 1 million anglers by 2020. Fisheries staff joined local families, angling clubs and community groups at Willow Lake for a special event to mark the occasion and to officially open Willow Lake to the public. We've got a couple of photos in the background here. The newly stocked golden perch fingerlings weighed 5 grams each, should reach a catchable size in about 3 years and will provide fun for mums, dads, kids and all sorts to cast a line. The new fishery is created thanks to the hard work of Lake Lascelles, Corong Community of Management, the Hopetown Angling Club, the Hopetown Ski Club and the Yarrimbiack Shire Council.
What was that one?
We'll get a letter over that.
Oh, no. Willow Lake was created using the shell of the decommissioned Town Water Reservoir, and is being maintained with pipe water from Lake Lascelles. Willow Lake features 2 new 9-metre fishing platforms and picnic facilities, perfect for the families and to spend quality time together. Mr. Dowling said he has high hopes for the new fishery. It will match the performance of Lake Lascelles, where stocked golden perch are now providing anglers with great sport. So there you go. A bit of news.
Talking a little bit out of turn, but I can't give any information away because I'm on the working group as far as the RFL recreational fishing licence now. Yeah. But I would think that would be part of something that's been an ongoing from before my time as joined the group, which is a really good thing. And with some other stuff coming up, which I can't talk about. Yeah. But fantastic to see the recreational fishing licence money, returning.
Creating a whole new fishery.
Opening up new fisheries. That's big time.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
There you go. Now, I guess it's still part of news because today there was some, I would say, stonking. When the fish measure 40 to 45 centimetres.
They're not little yearlings.
I would call them stonking yellow belly.
Stonking.
They're pretty good size to be stocked.
Oh, you get
what's the official stonker measurement of a yellow belly?
What do you call a big yellow belly?
What do you get to yellow belly? You go, that's a stonker.
Oh, yeah, probably 50 centimetres.
Yeah, like I was saying, we put some small yellow belly into a lake today. So look what happened at Casey Fields in Cranbourne today. Well, here we are at Casey Fields. Pauline Richards is the local member for Cranbourne. Newly elected, congratulations, 2018.
Thank you very much.
How important is fishing for the people of Cranbourne?
Well, I happen to know that fishing is one of the most popular sports for Cranbourne, and for Cranbourne, having time with families and having the chance to be able to spend time shoulder to shoulder with our kids is a really important part of the opportunities that fishing brings. So fishing is absolutely one of the really lovely and important pastimes for families here in Cranbourne.
Have you seen yellowbelly like we just put in the water just then before?
I don't think I have seen anything quite like what we put in the water. I spent a lot of time with my kids fishing when they were younger. I don't think I ever saw anything of quite that size ever land anywhere near my table after a day out fishing.
Well, there you go. Casey Fields has some lovely yellowbelly in it now. It's not only a trout fishery that usually only goes for about 4 months, it's a year-round fishery. You were telling me that people come to this establishment on weekends in their droves.
So it's terrific. Anyone that spends any time down in Casey Fields on weekends will find that the grass is covered with families who are enjoying time. Casey Fields and Cranbourne is a place that's very popular for people who haven't long arrived in Australia. So for lots of families, fishing is very much a part of their childhood. And so for parents to be able to actually have that skill that they learnt as children and pass that skill on to their own children is a very precious family time activities. Really looking forward to seeing families down here on Saturdays and Sundays or whenever they get the opportunity, really enjoying this this great, terrific new opportunity having the fish here year round.
Yeah. Casey Fields, yellowbelly fishery from now on. Aren't the Victorian Fisheries Authority just getting on with developing these native fisheries?
They weren't little fish you put in there.
Yeah. They were good yellowbelly.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, yeah. He'd be pretty happy to catch one of those.
Yeah.
He's straight into the...
What it does to Casey Fields, as I mentioned there, was, Casey Fields normally is stocked with trout, but it's hit hard with cormorants.
Yep.
It's affected by the hot weather.
Yep.
And so you really only got about 4 months to catch the trout. And this makes it an all year round fishery. It's nice and deep, but it's actually as low as I've ever seen it, but it makes it an all year round fishery now.
Yeah, and normally, if you've got a fish tank and you've got a number of fish in there and something happens and say your aeration goes off, your yellowbelly are the ones that probably survive the longest.
Yeah.
Everything else sort of turns its toes up. Yellowbelly are very resilient. It's great.
Now, Charlie, people are asking us about the stubby holders.
Yep.
If you want stubby holders, and I think Kevin does all this, and he's got some fantastic T-shirts. He's got things. Get over to talkingfishing.com.au. There's some Easter specials up there. I think there's a 3-for on the stubby holders. I think if you buy a T-shirt, you get a free stubby holder.
Limited numbers left.
Limited numbers left. They will go at Easter. Buy someone one of those for Easter.
Pop in.
Poor people. Why would they want to stubby holder with us on it? But anyway, get over to talkingfishing.com.au and you'll see all the Easter specials up there for that. So anyway, coming up next, product of the week, and we're going to give it to Mick Malloy again. We haven't heard from Mick. No, Mick hasn't contacted us. Haven't heard from him.
Scared he is.
So we are going to get Mick Malloy on Talking Fishing. Get him away from the front bar. He's coming on Talking Fishing.
Come on,
next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
I tell you what, technology, just when you think it ain't going to get any better, with sunglasses ads, technology's just got better.
Technology kicks in. Now, spotters have done something a little bit sneaky, but I'm all over them, Charlie.
Sneaky.
As we know, they have a range of photochromic sunglasses. Now, basically, that means they change tint as the light, brighter, they go darker.
Photo
sort
what?
of thing. Chromic.
In the sun, they go darker.
That's right.
When it goes cloudy, they go lighter.
Correct.
What they do when it rains.
Whatever they want. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
We're in the car, out of the car.
They've actually introduced a brand new colour into their photochromic range. So we have been familiar and seen the darkest coloured lens they do, which was called stone. It is now called carbon. So this completely replaces the old stone lenses, it is still the darkest tint, but it is now done in a photochromic form.
Yep.
So that will actually change tint with the conditions. And in case you didn't know, Charlie, they are the only triple activated photochromic lens on the market.
What do you mean?
Well, they are not only activated by UV rays, but they are also activated by heat. And also, I guess, your general daily conditions will affect how these glasses work.
What would happen, I'm just saying, right, if occasionally I do Bikram yoga, right, which is in 40-degree heat. What would happen if I wore a pair of Spotters carbon in there? Would I just trip over everyone because I couldn't see?
They would actually
melt on my nose.
Yeah, they'd actually black out because you're so hot.
With David.
It's 40 degrees in the room.
That's right. So they will react with your body temperature. As you produce heat, they'll get darker.
I'm not asking you. Should we get someone to come? I'm not asking Kevin either, but would we get someone in to film a Bikram yoga session in Spotters carbon?
No, only because we'd like people to continue to watch the show. That might affect the ratings. But as a reminder, now there is 4 different colour sets when it comes to the photochromic lenses. So we just spoke about carbon. That will replace all stone lenses. They will now come in photochromic only.
Wow.
There is the penetrator lens, which has been around forever.
Stones on sale.
Really dark, low light conditions. Halide, which is your all-rounder,
that's a
and Extreme, which...
Don't tell me Extreme's going to go chromatic.
It already is, and it always has been.
What?
Didn't know
That's
that,
right.
Dave.
But you
I
can't.
didn't know
It
that.
is not recommended that you drive in the Extreme lens because it will change.
I drove
and
in
affect the
Extreme
colour.
lens this morning because it was cloudy.
Yep.
I was wearing my Ugg boots too to work because it was cold. But I wore my Extreme this morning to work because it was cloudy, it was raining, and they are, I'm telling you, do not follow Adam's advice and not wear them driving because that has got to be the best glasses to drive.
The reason
he went through a red light.
The reason why it can distort and change the appearance of the colours of the traffic light.
Well, I didn't do that. You go for it. The red's at the top, I know that. It's not like they change it round on intersection and go, red's on bottom this intersection.
Some people don't seem to be able to see the lights with their
Is that an official warning about don't wear them driving?
Yeah, look, it even says on the back, not suitable for driving.
I wear them driving all the time. So anyway,
you know what?
they're my favourite sunglasses.
It's like the use-by date on the milk. Doesn't mean it's...
No, you keep drinking it.
Yeah, that's right. I like it month old.
Spotters, there's the new lens set. Now, just quickly before we wrap the segment up, do you know how I know that I don't reckon I've hit the mark on this product of the week? Because every time I put one on there that's maybe not so exciting, you take the piss the whole time.
But this is exciting because it's new technology in 2 different lenses. Although this one might have been around, we didn't know about it. That is, and Charlie, you know, we went and fished Mansfield last year in pretty dull conditions when we got up early. God knows how we got up early from the night before. But they are just the best sunglasses.
And that's what they're for, that freshwater trout fishing, penetrated for a bit of everything. But now with carbon being added to the range, you're literally covered for every scenario in a photochromic lens.
Think Spotters.
Yeah. I reckon we need to go and visit Kim.
Yeah, it's about time. We haven't been there for a bit.
I
see the family.
People might know, but that, you know, in the ad that we do, good morning, Spotters, Stephanie speaking. She's now the general manager. Does everyone know that? Does everyone realise that Steph is the general manager?
She's
of
looking
Spotters? Probably still answers the phone.
Probably.
But anyway, what a great family business, and I'll tell you what, they're good people.
They make some really good sunglasses too.
They do.
Mick Malloy, boys.
Mick.
No word yet?
Malloy.
No words. Silent, in fact. And
scared.
He's scared to come on Talking Fishing. Now, Mick, for people that don't know, Mick has got a campaign going to get Gary Lyon on the front bar, and what he does is he plays a little bit of a clip of Gary Lyon back in the early days, just to embarrass him a little bit. He's going to, and Mick is going to keep playing that until Gary Lyon comes on the show. Well,
I reckon Gary will probably turn up on this show before their show.
Probably.
How good would that be?
Hey, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'll get Mick on the show pretty quick.
Never thought of that. So, Mick, we are going to play one of these until we get Gary Lyon on the show. Or you. It doesn't really matter now. It's just a challenge to get someone on the show. But Mick, this is out of the archives. Have a look at this.
Young Julie. Julie, I would like to hear an explanation from you. Julie, your opponent has the ball. How far away must you be to block her?
For 3 feet? 3 feet.
And at a guess, how long would you say your arm is?
2 feet? 2 feet.
Yet you still managed to give her a nipple cripple.
Yeah. Did you see my wedgie? Oh, you got it right.
Mick,
you take the whiz out of you when you get
I
on
wonder
here,
if he had to audition for that. Hey?
A
Mick,
nipple gripple.
come over to Talking Fishing, please. Come on. We want you on the show. Won't hurt.
Not a nipple gripple will hurt anyway.
But anyway, isn't that fantastic? Just back on some of the yellow belly going in, Trelly. Now, those fish that are in those suburban lakes, so just a question for you, they won't breed, will they? Or will they?
I don't think so, because you haven't sort of got the... I don't believe you've got the conditions for them to breed. They'll probably...
What do they need to breed?
I think you would probably need more so a running water, like a flow of water.
Yeah.
Certain temperatures. I'll probably get the temperatures right, but that flow of water and the conditions there, I'd say, probably make it a little bit hard for them to breed.
So does that mean they don't breed in places like Lake Eildon then?
Well, you'll find you've probably got flow upstream in Lake Eildon.
Where the rivers run in.
Yeah, you've got certain areas up there.
Enough for them to breed in there?
Yeah, but I'm not probably really... Look, I don't know for sure. So someone like Steve Villa would be able to tell you.
Yeah, so when we get one of them back in,
he's gone to Queensland, so...
Yeah.
But even... we had a heap of them on the show. They'd be able to answer.
Yeah, okay.
But a still lake probably makes it difficult for them to...
Yeah.
Anthony Forster, we should have asked him.
Yeah, he was on last week.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Do we... So it's really a put and take fishery.
Correct.
When those good fish are going into a lake, and I think people need to understand there's nothing wrong with catching one and keeping one, is there?
No, absolutely.
Because it's a put and take fishery.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they're not going to breed.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with taking them out.
Because they still go through the motions of breeding, though, don't they? Like you see them at Lake Eildon.
What exactly does that entail?
Well, David, it's about time we had this conversation.
Go through the... Hang on. They go through the motions of breeding.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You'd be able to tell us more than anything, but...
Why would he know more about the motions of breeding? You're younger than us. You just got married.
Oh, you've been there and done that, haven't you?
3 kids, you should know what's going on.
2.
Oh. But he knows all.
Where'd the third one come from?
Come on,
Sorry,
so the motions of breeding. Well, what happens?
Lake Eildon.
They watch a movie?
I tell you what, imagine it was like Yellow Belly. You catch one male or you catch one female and there's 600 males behind it.
They all come up.
Yeah,
do they go to a restaurant for dinner with candlelight?
Oh, no, I didn't ask them.
All right. We could keep going on. But anyway, coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Oh dear, the things that happen during the ad breaks, I tell you. What is that?
Oh, here we go.
2 hard baskets out. The 2 hard baskets out already.
Game on.
All right, well, let's get into it. This is from Dr. Jen. Dr. Jen writes, I've just picked up a boat after a pair's being done after hitting a bolt on the Inverloch ramp. Firstly, who is now responsible as the ramp fees have finally been removed, supposedly a few weeks earlier, even though none of the locals were aware of this.
So some of the boat ramps already free? They just haven't told anyone?
Apparently the Inverloch boat ramp has now been made free of fees.
Okay.
There you go. And they haven't told anyone. And we don't actually know who they are. Because, anyway, it's heading for the basket in a minute.
Put a bolt there.
Secondly, how's this? Secondly, my insurance is with, I won't say the name, but a reputable marine insurance company. Yep. We will be changing depending on the reply we get, but they have charged depreciation on all the parts placed in my motor and charged me an extra $750 above my excess. I've spoken with many friends with boats and have found many insurance claims placed with a couple of reputable dealers. Never has anyone had this depreciation mentioned or charged. I've never heard of that either.
No. But
does that mean
why
your
would that come
fees
into
get
it, though?
depreciated so they're cheaper next year?
No. My insurance summary does not state any extra charges. Hope you can bring this to the attention of boat owners with insurance. Beware. Friends have said it is like having your car repaired after an accident and then they try to charge you 50% of the costs extra because your car is over 5 years old. Thanks, Jen. P.S. Keep up the great show. Jen, unheard of.
Yeah,
and we'd be really interested to hear on the outcome of that. So, who's in charge of boat ramps and why has Inverloch been made free? Trelly, too hard basket. Got no idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting one that it's free and we haven't heard anything about it.
Too hard.
It's going to build. Someone's going to get that in the mail. All right, Damien, is this Damien? Damien writes to us, by the time... awesome show, fellas, he writes. No, Damien, no, he's all good. I just want to give him away.
Oh, yeah, okay.
By the time you read this email out, I'll be onto my second beer, just saying. Damien. So, Trelly's beating you. I can tell you. I decided to go up the Maribyrnong and the Yarra Rivers for the first time for something to do and have a look. I went up both rivers as far as I could go and noticed 0 boat ramps along both rivers, not even a dirt boat ramp. However, I did see a couple of suitable locations for boat ramps. I've been launching tinnies off the banks for over 30 years. Not good enough, Victorian Government. How are we going to achieve target 1 million without enough boat ramps, piers, fads and fishing jetties scattered around Victorian waters? Your thoughts, boys? If you want more boat ramps,
right into the working group through your VFA recreational fishing licence money and point out where we need a boat ramp.
I don't think you're allowed to fund boat ramps, Trelly.
No, but it could be brought to our attention to work with council. But at this stage...
Working with the council?
The council's still running...
Too hard basket.
This is way too hard. This is way too hard. All right, let me keep going. Too hard basket's getting a workout tonight. Dear Sir, Donald writes, or Don.
Don Trump.
That's not Don. Is it?
Oh, here we go. I email regarding the ongoing issues at Walkerville North and South. I wish to correct an error that was included in a letter. This is so typical. In a letter to your program on March the 5th, it was said that the Shire was responsible for the so-called safety trial at Walkerville South over January. This is not correct, although the council should have had a voice in preventing this farce. The Walkerville Foreshore Reserve Committee of Management is the responsible manager. They have been an appointed committee since about 1994. Previously, they were an elected committee, elected by the community of interest. DELP is the landowner and appointed terms are for 3 years. Persons can and do apply for reappointment. The chairman, for example, has been chairman for over 30 years. Now, I'm tipping, Trelly, that when he was appointed, he was probably 70. No, but he's been on there for 30 years. Since about 1994, the committee has become stacked with those that have a hatred of boaters and, in fact, all about all visitors. They have a hatred. There have been good, progressive people on this committee and they are allowed to do their work, but with major decisions, they find they are in the minority. This is the problem. These committees of management, they are stuck in the archives of time.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to work with some of these when you can't get your numbers across to get a point across. I've experienced that a few times.
Now, I wrote to the person responsible in the Minister's office about Walkerville back in January. They said they had it in hand.
Whose hand?
I say it's destined for the too hard basket.
Yeah, too hard basket stuff. There's a bit of a theme for the too hard basket, I think.
I know. It's not good. Things aren't good. I reckon we're not happy? We're not happy. This one is from David. He writes G'day David et al. I think that means you two. Et al. E-T-A-L. Thank you for airing my previous email. I would have to say that the reply you elicited from the fisheries person was less than expected. Random phone calls, I ask you, and your question, how do you know their phone numbers, seem to go unanswered. What's
this?
I don't know.
Oh, sure.
Pretty.
I think he wrote to another show.
Go on to that one and I'll have a look.
I don't understand what he's talking about. This one, no, I just did this one. Helen's semester is a fantastic, I guess, trooper in the fishing club scene. Helen is the secretary of Keysborough Angling Club, and that club has been around forever. And Helen writes to us often with fishing reports. And I just thought I'd talk about this one. So last weekend, Keysborough Angling Club members fished Lake Tyers. It was also the same week that 175 entrants fished the Reel It In Fishing Challenge, Flathead Challenge. The rain arrived on Friday night and Saturday, and it decided to stay all day. However, a few of our members still ventured out. On Sunday, there was wind, as all members ventured out from. I thought I was going to say like they all had chili the night before, but there was wind as all members ventured out from the boat ramp, but then calm waters allowed for a few hours of reasonable fishing. Now, these are the numbers that came in from a Lake Tyers comp. 40 fish, 31 bream.
Okay.
5 flathead, 3 tailor, 1 snapper, for a total of 20.95 kilos. Now, there's a few other stats there, but isn't it interesting that the bream far outweighed the flathead down at Lake Tyers?
Yeah, perhaps they weren't fishing the lake, they were fishing up the estuaries or up the little arms and things. That's why they're targeting bream rather than flathead out in the open water.
Yeah, maybe.
I have heard a couple of cases over the last few weeks that the bream seem to have already started schooling up, which they do in the winter, because I've heard a few people now have these epic sessions on the bream where they're catching 15, 16, 17 fish in a session, just bait fishing. Now, it's a little bit early for the bream to start schooling, but has the water temperature dropped a little bit there? They seem to be going into some sort of winter mode already where they'll school up.
I'll blame climate change on that.
Pretty much.
It's cool too quick.
Because that's a bad thing. It's all right when you can.
It's cool too quick. If you'd like to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Now, just on Lake Tyers, we didn't mention this with Anthony Forster last week, I don't think, but they're working full bore on putting prawns into Lake Tyers.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that last week, did we? I don't think we got
touched on it, but I don't think we had.
No. So we might try and get an update for next week, because I know. Look, they had some real trouble getting broodstock, which is late in the season anyway. But they got some through all those cyclones up in northern New South Wales and Queensland. They got broodstock. I'm just not sure where that's at, but there could be an announcement pending on that one.
That's going to be big time.
Yeah, that is big time.
There was a few in Catch of the Week.
Broodstock.
Yeah, that's right.
There was too.
Liz found it.
Yeah, right. I think the broodstock are like big.
Really?
Yeah. Coming up next, hotspots. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries.
Now, I don't know if you boys have seen the run of weather next week leading into Easter. It's just sensational. So
really good. Warmth back.
Fingers crossed. I mean, how depressing was it driving in the dark tonight?
That's right.
Because daylight savings is over. But anyway, this segment, Charlie, what's the name of this segment?
Hotspots.
That's the one.
Good work, Charlie.
Number one hotspot from Charlie. Charlie got the grandson in. How good is that to see?
Oh, he's great.
He's a good boy.
You love your fishing, don't you, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Charlie, do you want to read what the first hotspot is? No, I'm not joking. Have a look at this. For you land-based people, you keep writing to us saying put land-based spots on, and I'm telling you, Sorrento, garfish, you got to fish on a run-out tide, but there is run-out tide, and get right on that western end of the pier, cast over towards the boat ramp in that direction. There are some lovely garfish sitting in that little bay there between the boat ramp and the Sorrento jetty. So get down there. Rye. We have seen some beautiful gummy sharks, Charlie. Have you ever caught a gummy shark? No?
No, not yet.
One day.
Do you reckon you'll try for one day?
Do you know? Do you know where you'll get a? Do you know where you'll get a gummy shark? Rye.
Rye.
Big models too at the moment.
Good ones.
Absolutely been some beautiful ones. Let's head over to Western Port, and I tell you what, the number of photos that came in this week, and I'm sorry to all the people at home, we cannot show every photo on Talking Fishing every week, but the amount of King George whiting boys coming off the middle spit at the moment is just ridiculous and in great numbers.
Yeah, that's right. They definitely haven't slowed. We're not at the end of whiting season yet because the middle spit's still loaded with them.
Now, Brian was in the show. Won't give away Brian. Was in the show. Was in the shop today, making an official complaint to management that we'd put his jetty and garfish on. But he was saying to me, his mates are getting King George whiting that they can't wrap their hands around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's good.
Got a few mates with small hands, I think. But anyway, but no, Brian, Western Port King George whiting's going all right. But what is also going really, really well over at Coronella is the snapper.
Yep.
Charlie.
Yes, that's right.
Snapper.
Is it still snapper season?
Snapper.
Yeah. I reckon it might be.
So some good snapper coming out of Coronella. And if you want to head to the far west of the state, Portland tuna is still going off. So that's our number 5 hotspot for the week.
That's going to be a big one for Easter.
Well,
it's been going absolutely.
You'd have to say Easter's probably booked out in Portland.
The amount of big fish there.
And all the charter boys are heading down there.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
On Saturday, as I was dismounting the boat, Sharkman was pulling in, and he was saying, just got to get the boat ready this week, and we're down to Portland for the weekend.
So many people going down there.
Yeah, Rob and Dylan are heading down there. I know Matt Seeney's well on the way down there, and all the other guys heading down there as well. So Portland tuna. But if you want to go to the other extreme of the state, out east, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit more detail in a minute, but Lakes Entrance, the swordfish, it's just that time of year.
It is.
Long way out. Look, you can see the dot on the map.
It just fits on the screen.
If you want the GPS mark of that dot, ask someone. But a long way out, but there is swordfish are on.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
just a matter of weather and getting out there.
That's right. We have seen one so far this season, but we've been waiting for that window of whether the trailer boats can go and have a crack.
Yeah, it's a pretty targeted thing.
Yeah, now we have got a photo of, I think this fish was caught last Tuesday.
Yep.
First one of the season.
Yep.
Far out fishing charters. We've got a photo of it here. This was 179 kilos.
Aren't they an amazing looking fish?
Yeah.
How's the beak on it?
Yeah, it's still on the
sword.
Ground.
Yeah.
Just a predator.
Just amazing. And I was in Paul Worsing's garage the other day.
Yeah. Sniffing through his stuff.
Sniffing through his stuff. I tell you what, he's actually had way too much time on his hands.
Yeah.
The garage has actually been cleaned up.
Oh, right.
And he's got stuff hanging on the wall. But Paul's had a replica sword build done.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I was just amazed at how flat they are.
Yeah.
They're a really flat build.
Yeah.
You know, so but a magnificent replica.
You wouldn't want to get whacked by one.
No, not at all. Yeah. Now Paul has put together a really, really good video too. He's been part of 20-something swordfish captures
all over the world.
Yeah, well, Florida to Tasmania to everywhere in between. Yeah, Exmouth. Yeah. And I think in that video they actually show the first swordfish that he got off Exmouth, which was, a little bit bigger than a goldfish. Yeah. But in all honesty, I mean, a sword's a sword when you first catch your very first one to, some of the ones that he's caught up, in hundreds of kilos.
There's footage of one there that they caught from Tasmania, which big would be an understatement. And
400 kilos?
And it throws its bill at one point right next to the boat, and it is some of the most insane footage. It whacks a talica. Yeah. And it is angry. They're such a predator, these things. It's so good.
I think if you get on, it'd be on Tackle World Cranbourne's Facebook page.
And Mornington,
And Mornington. Get on there and just have a look at, Paul does about a 10 to 15 minute tuition. So if anyone wants to know about swordfish fishing, because there is a lot to it, and I did it for the first time last year, and
it's not easy.
I wasn't successful, but I was successful at getting the rig over the side of the boat. I tell you, because there's a lot in just that.
Just presenting a bait in
getting the 2 house bricks tied right to 6-pound line,
fishing in potentially 600 metres of water. That's right. It's an art form just to get the bait to the bottom.
That's right. It's a very targeted thing, isn't it?
It is.
For them.
Yeah. And hasn't the gear changed? I know we showed a little bit last week. But the gear for swordfish, it's
up spec now.
Yeah.
It's so light and compact, considering what you're essentially doing with it. It's as heavy a game fishing outfit as you'll buy, but They're lightweight.
Yeah.
They're narrow. They hold insane amounts
kind
of
of
line.
uncomplicated. Like a lot of guys not buying fully rolled rods. They're just doing runners.
Just guided rods.
Yeah, guides. And you know, so it's very different to going out and chasing barrel tuna, perhaps, where they're using 24 kilo stand-ups with Tiagra 50s.
Well, we're starting to see now some barrel tuna come in. That's right.
Yeah, but people are changing their gear.
That's right. They're using their sword outfits, so no rollers. They're fishing braid with a small top shot of mono rather than going the full, 700 metres of mono, whatever you fit on a Tiagra 50. It's changing and it's carrying over to the tuna world too. So I think we're starting to see the next evolution in game fishing. People are mucking around with different gear so that they can have that swordfish option as well. Yeah. It's interesting to watch it change.
Very good.
Yeah. So the world's changing. I tell you what, always changing. Fishing's always changing. So, Trelly, up your way. If there's one spot that people could go this weekend for a nice freshwater fish, where would you put them?
Oh, I'd pretty much go to the top of my whaler, actually. It's been fishing really good.
Yep.
The jackals and the gantrels and things like that, just swim baits and stuff has been really cleaning up.
Do they hold Mulwala level at a pretty, consistent?
They do. It's almost sort of like that 95 to 100% most of the time.
Yep.
As a body of water, it's pretty big, but it doesn't hold a lot of volume of water.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much full all the time.
Yeah.
But certainly those shallow waters, casting big baits and you're swimming and you get the right technique and get the lures actually just turn right round.
Yeah.
You can get them to really work well. Yeah. Excellent.
There you go. That's it for Talking Fishing. We hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, if the long-range forecast is correct, as I said, we'll have a stunning run of weather. Excuse me, leading into Easter. And I've lost my voice. And we'll discuss how good the fishing is in your favourite Easter fishing spots. So until we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, please stay safe in the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.